breaking news.
Good evening. We are staying on top of the breaking news from Catawba County tonight. Law enforcement tells us a person is in custody connected to that mass shooting early Sunday morning where one person was killed and 11 others were hurt. We're told 20-year-old Garen Killian is charged with one count of attempted first-degree murder, is being held under no bond tonight. What you're seeing here is actually an old mugshot of his back when he was arrested in Hickory on April 6th, when officers say shots were fired into a crowd that had gathered in a parking lot near the Target off Catawba Valley Boulevard. As for the mass shooting, officers have told us they are looking for multiple shooters. We're told people attending the party were also armed and they fired shots as well. We know, again, 12 people were hurt in all of this, including 58-year-old Sean Hood, who was killed. 11 others hospitalized, one of those victims critically injured. Officers expect more arrests to come.
What I can tell you is that it appears to us that the shooting initiated from that elevated position in the neighbor's yard, and that persons that were attending the pool party were also armed, and there were shots fired by those people as well. Whether it was a direct return of fire, I can't confirm as I stand here, but both sides of that situation were shooting.
So why the shooting started, that is still a question unanswered tonight. Now, we did learn a little more about the party itself and what happened when deputies were called out to it earlier in the evening.
Best information we have now is that it was an advertised party on social media. We do understand that money was being charged for admission, and the theme seemed to be centered around the pool that's on that property.
Go back to the conference on Sunday. You were talking about deputies responding to a previous noise violation. When they responded to that, was there consideration of shutting down the party at that point, or what was that? How did that interaction end?
It was a noise complaint that we responded to. We interacted with the controlling parties at the residence at that time. They did turn the noise down. Our deputies did warn them about the size of the party and our perceptions that it was unsafe. That party, though, was on private property, and legally we did not have the authority at that time to shut it down, as you would use those words.
Now, you may be thinking, with so many people, so many witnesses, why has information been slow in coming out? Why did it take about 72 hours to announce any arrests? We reached out to retired CMPD Deputy Chief Stephen Brochu for some insight into this. Here's some of what he told our Jason Puckett earlier today.
This is a little bit more remote area, which creates some challenges. When you have urban environments, you have things like license plate readers and more cameras and access to infrastructure cameras and things that would drive some at least video evidence. When you're out in more remote locations, sometimes that's not as readily available. So this methodical approach is typical. It's very good. And again, you have extremely competent agencies that are investigating this. I have no doubt they'll soon identify the suspects who did this. Apprehension is the second piece. And there's some methods and means that go behind the apprehension. So sometimes it's strategic and not announcing what's all known by law enforcement yet, up and until they have some reason to announce that. But I feel confident that they've got a process in place. They do fugitive apprehensions quite often. Those agencies work across state lines if necessary. But I don't think there's any place that the suspect will be able to hide without being apprehended.
Meantime, investigators are asking people who live in the area or have businesses in that area to check any security or doorbell video they may have. They can upload those to the FBI's website. But again, the breaking news here tonight, one person in custody now in connection to the shooting, 20-year-old Garen Killian of Lenore. We are told more arrests are forthcoming. So stay with WBTV for the latest, not only on air, but on the WBTV News app. You can scan the QR code to follow along with any new developments in this investigation as we learn them.